and I'm a second-year member of the Caledonia Ramblers 4-H Club from O'Brien County, and I'm going to teach you how to make butterscotch treats. The first thing you'll have to do is measure out your first cup of butterscotch chips. All the ingredients in this recipe are gluten-free, so when you buy your butterscotch chips, you want to make sure that if you're making this gluten-free, you want to make sure they're the right kind, because not all butterscotch chips are gluten-free. Now we're going to put this in the microwave for 1 minute. While that is in the microwave, we're going to measure out our half cup of our peanut butter. This is also gluten-free, and I researched this online to make sure it was gluten-free. Also, when you are melting your chips, you want to make sure that you don't put them in for too long at first, because you don't want to overmelt or overheat them, or they won't melt. They'll actually just harden. We are going to stir them. And it's okay if they're not quite melted, because you can always just put them right back in. They aren't quite done, so I'm going to put them back in for 30 seconds. It also probably won't be the same for all microwaves, because some microwaves are different powered than others, so it may take longer or shorter than other microwaves. They're done. Now we're going to mix them again. The goal is to try to get it just nice and smooth. Now we're going to put in our peanut butter. We're going to stir in the peanut butter. We want it just a little bit creamier, so we're going to put it back in for 30 more seconds. While we're doing that, we're going to measure out our first cup of our Rice Krispies. The Rice Krispies are also gluten-free, and We also researched that online, and when we were in the store, we made sure we bought the right kind. There we go. Going to quickly stir this one more time. Now we're going to add our first cup of Rice Krispies. And then we're going to measure out 2 more and pour them in also. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to mix this until it's all about evenly coated. It doesn't have to be perfect though. Mini M&Ms, which are also gluten-free. There are 3 ways to serve this, which is by little plastic cup thingies. If you wanted to take them to for samples to a party. Or you can pop them by spoonfuls onto wax paper like I'm going to do today. Or you can also make them into a bar by just making the mixture and then pressing it into a pan. So this should be cool. Now we're going to pour in our M&Ms. Then we're going to mix it once more. There we go. Now we're going to take our little spoon and drop it on, take a spoonful and drop it on to wax paper. It can be a bigger spoon depending on what size you want. But we make them little because we have lots of kids in our family. I just wanted to review the 3 ways to serve them, which is by spoonfuls onto wax paper in little paper cups, or as bars. This is a fun and easy recipe that not only tastes great but is also gluten-free. I have recipes and samples up here if you would like to try them and if you would like to try to make them. Thank you for your attention. Are there any questions? Yes?
I would hope that people would feel free to ask questions.
Why did you choose to make them gluten-free?
The question was, why do you choose to make them gluten-free? And I decided to because I know that there are some people that have celiac disease, so they can't have wheat. Any other questions?
Tell us the cost of these recipes.
The question was, could you tell us the cost of the recipe? And I cannot tell you the exact cost, so I'm sorry.
Did you put other stuff in it? Maybe M&M's?
sure you can.
Other questions? Are you going to take these up to that stand on the grand concourse and sell them?
No, I don't have enough.